Since time immemorial, stories of ghosts have captivated and chilled us. Whispered tales passed down through generations speak of spectral figures and unexplained occurrences. From haunted houses to ancient battlefields, the world is replete with tales of ghostly encounters. The allure of the ghost story lies not only in its capacity to frighten, but also in its ability to make us question the very nature of reality. The belief in ghosts is not confined to any one culture or time period. From the ancient Egyptians' Ka to the Japanese Yurei, cultures across the globe have grappled with the idea of lingering spirits. These beliefs, intertwined with religious and spiritual practices, offer solace and explanation in the face of the unknown. The universality of these beliefs suggests a deep-seated human need to make sense of the world around us. In history, countless individuals have claimed to encounter ethereal beings. From ghostly apparitions to unexplained noises, the accounts vary widely. Some dismiss these as superstition, while others see them as evidence of a realm beyond our own. Join us as we delve into the haunting history of ghosts and explore why we continue to believe.
The origins of ghost stories are shrouded in the mists of time. Long before written language, our ancestors shared tales of spirits and phantoms around flickering fires. These stories served as cautionary tales, moral lessons, and explanations for the unexplainable. In the absence of scientific understanding, the supernatural offered a framework for interpreting the world. As civilizations emerged and written language developed, so did stories of ghostly encounters. Ancient texts from Mesopotamia, Egypt, Greece, and Rome are filled with tales of spectral figures and haunted places. The Egyptians believed the soul, or Ka, could linger after death, while the Greeks believed in shades wandering the underworld. The Romans had a rich tradition of ghost lore, with spirits that could protect or torment the living.
One recurring theme is the belief in restless spirits, tethered to the earthly realm due to unfinished business or violent death. In medieval Europe, ghosts were often seen as souls trapped in purgatory, seeking release from their torment. These beliefs led to the widespread practice of exorcisms and the belief in haunted objects and places. Ghost stories provided a way for people to cope with the uncertainties of life and death. Religion has been a potent force in shaping our perceptions of ghosts. Christianity, with its emphasis on heaven, hell, and purgatory, has profoundly influenced Western ghost lore. In Eastern religions, such as Hinduism and Buddhism, the concept of reincarnation plays a central role. Ghosts are often seen as souls unable to move on to their next incarnation, bound by unfinished business.
Folklore has filled the gaps with a rich tapestry of ghost stories. Passed down through generations, these tales reflect local beliefs, superstitions, and cultural anxieties. In many cultures, ghosts are active agents capable of interacting with the living. These stories often served a practical purpose, instilling moral values and explaining unexplained occurrences.
From Scandinavia to Hong Kong, ghost stories have woven their way into countless cultures. These tales offer a glimpse into the human psyche, reflecting our fears and hopes. Ancestor worship in many Asian cultures highlights the belief that spirits can influence the living. The Mexican Day of the Dead celebrates life and death, welcoming back spirits with offerings.
Certain ghost stories transcend cultural boundaries, becoming legends. One such tale is that of Anne Boleyn, whose ghost is said to haunt the Tower of London. Another is Mary, Queen of Scots, whose ghost is said to roam Stirling Castle. These tales, steeped in history and intrigue, continue to fascinate and send chills down our spines.
Certain locations gain notoriety as hotspots of paranormal activity. Edinburgh's Greyfriars Kirkyard is said to be one of the most haunted cemeteries in the world. Visitors claim to have been scratched, pushed, and even possessed by unseen forces. Poveglia Island near Venice is considered cursed, haunted by tormented souls.
Some ghost stories become woven into the fabric of a place. The tale of the Bell Witch in the American South is a chilling example. The legend of the Rolling Head of Texas has haunted the state for generations. These legends, regardless of their roots, remain chilling reminders that some stories refuse to die.
The 20th century ushered in a new era of ghost hunting with technological advancements. Photography, sound recording, and electromagnetic field detectors provided a glimpse into the unseen world. Early ghost hunters faced ridicule from skeptics, but persisted in their pursuit. The use of EMF detectors and other gadgets became synonymous with modern paranormal investigations.
Today's ghost hunters have an array of sophisticated equipment. Digital cameras, infrared thermometers, and digital audio recorders allow for detailed documentation. Thermal imaging cameras and motion sensors add scientific rigor to the hunt. Drones provide aerial views of haunted locations, capturing images from impossible angles.
Despite the increasing sophistication of their tools, the field of paranormal investigation remains deeply divided, a spectrum of belief ranging from die-hard believers to staunch skeptics. While some approach ghost hunting with a scientific mindset, seeking empirical evidence to support their claims, others operate more on intuition, personal experiences, and a willingness to accept the unexplained. This divide is reflected in the methods and interpretations of evidence within the paranormal community. Some groups prioritize rigorous documentation, employing controlled experiments, blind studies, and statistical analysis to eliminate bias and ensure the validity of their findings. They collaborate with scientists and engineers, seeking explanations for seemingly paranormal phenomena within the realm of known physics and psychology. Others, however, embrace a more intuitive or spiritual approach, relying on personal experiences, psychic impressions, and communication techniques like Ouija boards or EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, recordings to connect with the spirit world. They view ghost hunting as a way to help earthbound spirits find peace, solve mysteries, or simply acknowledge their presence.
Looming over the field of paranormal investigation is the ever-present skeptic, armed with scientific explanations and a healthy dose of doubt. Skeptics argue that most, if not all, alleged evidence of ghosts can be attributed to natural phenomena, human error, or outright hoaxes. They point to the power of suggestion, pareidolia, the tendency to perceive meaningful patterns in random or vague stimuli, and the placebo effect as explanations for ghostly encounters. They challenge the validity of EVP recordings, suggesting that they are nothing more than radio interference, environmental noises, or the product of audio pareidolia, where listeners interpret random sounds as meaningful words or phrases. They debunk ghost photos and videos as hoaxes, tricks of light, or misidentified objects, often highlighting the lack of clear, indisputable evidence that would stand up to scientific scrutiny. Skeptics also emphasize the importance of critical thinking, logical reasoning, and the scientific method in evaluating paranormal claims. They urge caution against jumping to conclusions, emphasizing the need for verifiable evidence, controlled experiments, and independent verification before accepting any claim of the paranormal as genuine.
In a world dominated by science and technology, where logic and reason prevail, why do we still believe in ghosts? Despite scientific advancements, the belief in spirits persists, a testament to the enduring power of the unseen. Perhaps it's the thrill of the unknown, the possibility that death is not the end but a doorway to another realm. Ghosts represent the ultimate mystery, a glimpse into a dimension beyond our understanding.
Psychologists offer several explanations for our enduring fascination with ghosts, rooted in the workings of our brains and the complexities of human perception. One theory suggests that our brains are hardwired to seek patterns and make connections, even when none exist. This tendency, known as pareidolia, can lead us to perceive faces in clouds, animals in random shapes, and, yes, ghostly figures in shadows or reflections. Another theory points to the power of suggestion. If we're told a place is haunted or primed to expect paranormal activity, our brains may interpret ambiguous stimuli, such as creaking floorboards or sudden drafts, as evidence of ghosts. This is particularly true in environments that are already conducive to heightened senses, such as dark, isolated, or historically significant locations. Furthermore, our emotional state can influence our perceptions. When we're feeling anxious, fearful, or grieving, our brains are more likely to interpret ambiguous information in a threatening or supernatural way. This heightened emotional state can make us more susceptible to suggestion and more likely to attribute unusual experiences to paranormal causes.
It's impossible to ignore the role of media in shaping our perceptions of ghosts. From classic literature like Henry James's The Turn of the Screw to blockbuster horror films like The Conjuring, ghosts have been a staple of popular culture for centuries. These stories, often rooted in folklore and urban legends, tap into our primal fears and fascinations, reinforcing the idea that ghosts are real and lurking just beyond our perception. Television shows like Ghost Hunters and Paranormal Witness further fuel our fascination, presenting investigations into alleged hauntings using a blend of technology, personal experiences, and dramatic storytelling. While these shows often present themselves as objective investigations, they also rely on suspense, emotional narratives, and the occasional unexplained phenomenon to keep viewers hooked. Beyond the influence of media, personal experiences often play a significant role in shaping our beliefs. Many people who believe in ghosts cite first-hand encounters as evidence, recounting tales of seeing apparitions, hearing disembodied voices, or feeling unexplained presences. These experiences, whether real or imagined, can be deeply profound and often solidify a person's belief in the paranormal. In the end, the question of whether or not ghosts exist remains unanswered, a matter of personal belief and interpretation. While science may offer plausible explanations for many alleged paranormal phenomena, there are always those unexplained encounters, those chilling moments that defy logic and leave us questioning the nature of reality itself. Perhaps the true allure of ghosts lies not in proving their existence, but in the mysteries they embody, the questions they raise about life, death, and the unseen forces that shape our world. For as long as humans have gazed into the darkness and wondered what lies beyond, the stories of ghosts will continue to captivate our imaginations and remind us that some mysteries may never be fully solved. From flickering campfires in the ancient world to the glow of our smartphone screens today, the human fascination with ghosts has endured. We've journeyed through time, exploring the historical roots of ghost stories, the influence of religion and folklore, and the evolution of ghost hunting methods. Despite centuries of scientific progress and attempts to explain away the paranormal, the belief in ghosts remains deeply embedded in our collective consciousness. Why do these stories, often steeped in tragedy and the unexplainable, continue to captivate us? Perhaps it's the thrill of the unknown, the tantalizing possibility that death is not the end, but a transition to another realm. Or maybe it's the comfort we find in the idea that a part of us, our essence, our spirit, might linger on after our physical bodies have expired. Whatever the reason, ghosts continue to haunt our stories, our beliefs, and perhaps even our realities. They serve as a reminder of our own mortality, while simultaneously hinting at the possibility of something beyond the veil. The persistence of ghost beliefs across cultures and throughout history speaks to a fundamental human need to make sense of the world around us, especially those things that defy easy explanation. The stories we tell about ghosts reveal not only our fears and fascinations, but also our values, beliefs, and anxieties. From vengeful spirits seeking retribution to benevolent ancestors watching over their descendants, ghosts embody a wide range of human emotions and motivations. They reflect our cultural norms, our religious beliefs, and our deepest hopes and fears about life after death. In a way, ghost stories serve as a mirror to the human psyche, reflecting our anxieties about the unknown, our longing for connection beyond the grave, and our enduring fascination with the mysteries of life and death. They provide a safe space to explore taboo subjects, to confront our fears, and to grapple with the big questions that have haunted humanity since the dawn of consciousness. The echoes of these stories resonate within us, reminding us that we are part of a continuum that extends far beyond our individual lifespans. They connect us to our ancestors, to the generations who came before us and grappled with the same existential questions, the same fears and hopes, the same wonder at the unseen world. As we've seen, the belief in ghosts is not merely a relic of the past. It's a living, evolving phenomenon fueled by personal experiences and media portrayals. Whether we approach ghost stories with skepticism or open-mindedness, they challenge us to consider the limits of our perception, the mysteries that science has yet to unravel, and the possibility that there may be more to our universe than meets the eye.